Let me take you back to the summer of 1999 in Moore, Oklahoma, a small town where everyone knew your name, and the wind seemed to have a playful spirit of its own. I was 9 years old, navigating the curious blend of childhood innocence and the raw power of nature. Moore was my playground, a place where the scent of freshly cut grass mingled with the distant hum of tractors, and the skies were a canvas for my colorful kites. Little did I know, that very summer would etch memories of fear, resilience, and hope into the fabric of my being. Every morning, the sun greeted me with its golden rays filtering through the curtains of our modest home. My siblings and I would race downstairs, the wooden floorboards creaking under our eager footsteps. Breakfast was a lively affair, with my mom's laughter echoing as she juggled pancakes and conversation. After fueling up, it was time to embrace the day. Our neighborhood was a tapestry of vibrant personalities. Mrs. Jenkins, the elderly lady with a penchant for gardening, always had a story to share about her youth or the latest neighborhood gossip. Then there was Mr. Thompson, the local handyman, who seemed to fix everything from squeaky doors to broken hearts with equal ease. These were the people who made Moore feel like an extended family. One of my favorite pastimes was flying kites in the expansive open fields behind our house. The wind was my invisible friend, lifting my kite higher with each gust, painting arcs of color against the vast blue sky. We'd spend hours chasing after the elusive patterns, our laughter blending with the whispers of the breeze. Those afternoons were a symphony of sight, sound, and pure joy. Our town was dotted with landmarks that held a special place in my heart. The old oak tree by Miller's Pond was my secret hideout, its sprawling branches providing shade and shelter for countless adventures. Summers were spent building forts and imagining ourselves as explorers discovering uncharted territories. The pond itself was a mirror reflecting the ever-changing sky, a place where I learned the patience of waiting for the perfect fishing spot with my dad. School was another cornerstone of my childhood. Mrs. Carter, our spirited teacher, had an uncanny ability to make even the most mundane lessons fascinating. She encouraged us to dream big and instilled in us a love for learning that still burns brightly today. Recess was a whirlwind of tag games, friendships forged over shared secrets, and the occasional squabble that was quickly resolved with a hug or a promise to share snacks. Moore in the late 90s was a blend of traditional values and subtle shifts in the cultural landscape. The community gatherings were frequent, from summer picnics at the park to holiday parades that lit up the streets with twinkling lights and cheerful music. There was a sense of togetherness, a collective spirit that made every celebration feel like a family reunion. Technology was just beginning to weave its way into our lives. The clunky sound of dial-up internet was a novelty, and having a personal computer was still a luxury. We communicated through landline phones and handwritten notes, which somehow made every interaction feel more personal and meaningful. This simplicity fostered deep connections and taught us the value of patience and anticipation. But all was not always idyllic in our little corner of Oklahoma. In the spring of 1999, the skies darkened in ways we had never experienced before. I remember the day vividly, the air was thick with tension, and the usual playful wind had taken on a menacing roar. The tornado warnings were broadcasted on every channel, and the community sprung into action with a mix of fear and determination. My family and neighbors huddled together in our designated storm shelters, holding on to each other as the tempest raged outside. The sheer power of nature was overwhelming, tearing through homes and lives with indiscriminate force. I clung to my parents, the walls trembling around us, the sounds of destruction echoing in my ears. It was a stark awakening to the fragility of our existence and the unpredictability of the world. In the aftermath, Moore stood as a testament to resilience. The streets were littered with debris, and many homes bore the scars of the storm, but the spirit of the community remained unbroken. Neighbors helped neighbors, offering shelter, resources, and unwavering support. It was during these trying times that the true essence of our town shone through, united, compassionate, and steadfast in the face of adversity. Rebuilding was a slow and arduous process, but it was also a period of rebirth. New structures rose where old ones had fallen, symbolizing not just physical reconstruction but also the renewal of hope and dreams. The lessons learned from that summer were etched into our hearts, teaching us the importance of preparedness, community, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Growing up and more during that pivotal year imparted invaluable life lessons. I learned that fear could coexist with hope, that distraction could pave the way for new beginnings, and that the bonds we form with others are our greatest source of strength. The simplicity of our lives, the slower pace, and the cherished traditions instilled in me a deep appreciation for the little things, like a shared meal, a heartfelt conversation, or the comforting embrace of a loved one. In hindsight, the simplicity of those years feels almost sacred. There was a rhythm to life that was unhurried, a balance between work and play that allowed for genuine connections and personal growth. Traditions were honored, whether it was the annual county fair, Sunday family dinners, or the spontaneous neighborhood block parties that sprung up on warm evenings. These moments of togetherness fostered a sense of belonging and security that I carry with me to this day. The sensory tapestry of my childhood and more is vivid and enduring. Visually, the endless skies and sprawling fields were a playground of colors, especially during stormy days when lightning etched fleeting masterpieces across the horizon. The sounds of crickets at dusk, the distant hum of a tractor, and the laughter of children playing in the wind are ingrained in my memory. The scent of rain-soaked earth after a storm was both calming and invigorating, a reminder of nature's duality. The tactile feel of the rough bark of the old oak tree, the coolness of pond water on my hands during fishing trips, and the warmth of a quilt wrapped around me on chilly nights, all these textures evoke a deep sense of nostalgia. Taste-wise, the flavors of homemade apple pie, sweet corn on the cob, and the tangy zest of lemonade on hot summer days are irreplaceable. These tastes are not just about food but are intertwined with the emotions and experiences of my youth, each bite a portal to cherished memories. Looking back, the years spent in Moore, Oklahoma, during the tumultuous summer of 1999, were a defining chapter in my life. They taught me resilience in the face of disaster, the importance of community, and the beauty of simplicity. The innocence of childhood, juxtaposed with the harsh realities of nature's fury, shaped my understanding of the world and my place within it. The echoes of laughter, the whispers of the wind, and the enduring bonds forged in those trying times continue to influence who I am today. Moore was not just a place on a map, it was the heart of my story, a symbol of hope and rebirth. As I share these memories, I carry with me a profound sense of gratitude for the lessons learned and the unwavering spirit that defined my wonder years.